All right, whatever. All right. I'm making like everything in my life harder by trying to control the outcomes and like trying to plan everything out, research everything out before I even start the thing. And then when the thing comes, I'm still too scared to do the thing. And then I don't know what to do. And I'm like, oh, somebody help me. I'm scared. I'm stuck. I don't know what I'm doing. Hello. Somebody save me. But guess what? No one's going to save you. I think I make my life harder by being emotionally attached to the outcomes of like everything I'm involved in and trying to control the outcome of those things, even though I can only control my actions and I can only control my reactions. I think I'm just obsessing over those things and it's making my life harder and making everything else in my life harder. It's making my goals harder. It's making everything harder because I can't just be happy that I'm on the journey or making slow progress or just putting myself out there. I have to hit a successful target for myself. I have to do something. I have to have something to show for it. I just can't do it for the sake of doing it. It has to be an outcome that's measurable or displayable or something like that. Now that I'm an adult, I realize I can't control the outcomes. I can only control my emotions and control my actions and just do the next right thing. And I think that's important because otherwise you're just going to build mountains out of everything in your life. And that's going to stop you from living the life you want, which I realize it's stopping me. All the fear and the outcomes and the possibilities, it's all just stopping me. It's all just stopping me from living life, from doing what I want. And I think that comes from my childhood because my parents, basically everyone in my family, was like, oh, get good grades, go to a good college, get a degree, get a high paying job, and then start a family. But you know, things don't always work out that easily. And I don't think that's even a path that some people can take nowadays. But I think trying to control the outcome and trying to prepare for the worst disaster is really making my life worse and giving me a lot of anxiety. I think about, oh, what could go wrong at almost every step. And then I try to prepare for every step. Even though I don't really try to prepare, like I don't literally have something ready for if this thing happens, but I kind of run through that scenario in my head just so I'm not surprised. I don't want to be surprised with bad things that happen along the way. I want to be prepared, at least mentally, so I don't get emotionally thrown off or physically thrown off or figuratively thrown off, right? I'm losing track of my goal and the successful target that I've set out for myself, even though that's just going to make me feel worse if I don't hit the target and all these bad things come up. Like with my YouTube, for example, I can switch up my video camera, I can switch up the lighting, I can switch up the format, style, this and that, blah, 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 be more serious, don't be more serious. I can take multiple takes if I don't like how something came out, and I can control all these little factors within my realm, within my immediate reach. But I can't control whether YouTube actually pushes my video out. I can't control if you, the person watching, are going to continue watching and like the video and eventually subscribe. And I can't control if my channel is even successful in the end after however many videos. But I can take the actions to improve the quality, be better at speaking to the camera, maybe provide better value as time goes on, and then maybe create a framework so that certain things don't really have to be that hard. I don't have to think about it. What if things go wrong? Right? I don't have to think about what if things go wrong. I just have my framework I can fall back on. And then once I upload a video to YouTube, I can analyze what went right and what went wrong. What can I improve on? Things like that. Just focusing on the next right step. I can focus on the inputs. I can focus on creating video ideas, recording the video, making better titles and thumbnails and hooks. And like I said, talking to the camera. But there are things that I can't control. I can't control if I get subs. I can't control if I get views. I can't control if the video is successful. I can respond to those outcomes, but I can't directly control them. And I've realized that not just with YouTube, but with a lot of things in life, you cannot directly control a lot of outcomes in life. You can only respond to them or react to them. This is my big paper. This helps. These are all my notes. I'm trying to read off my notes and try to just relax a little bit. Last video, I was like all over the place. Well, last video, I was like too serious. Now I'm trying to not be too serious. I don't want to be the serious guy. I'm not a guru. I'm not a life coach. I'm just trying to figure things out as I go. And I think I've been doing better at learning how to analyze mistakes or things that don't work, and then coming up with plans to counteract what doesn't work, or coming up with plans to what may work, and then improving upon my mistakes and hopefully bring some success. But I think the part about just taking the action is the most difficult part right now. So hopefully this video does something for you guys. I don't know. So basically, just focus on the next right step. Imagine that you're trying to climb a mountain, right? You research what you need for this hike, for this climb. You get prepared, you pack, you've climbed smaller mountains, you've gone on smaller hikes, and you feel relatively okay about tackling this big mountain that you've never tackled before. But you see that, oh my God, this mountain is like 3 times bigger than anything I've ever done before. How am I going to do this? So you prepare and you prepare and you prepare, but you just overwhelm yourself with the entire mountain. You just overwhelm yourself with the entire mountain, and you can't even take that first step, which is probably not even that hard of a step. You can't even get through that first phase of hiking and climbing up this mountain. You don't even start climbing it, even if it's the easiest start ever. Maybe you'll find some things that you've never encountered before on a mountain climb, but you've climbed mountains before. Why can't you climb this one? It's just a little bit bigger. You did your research as much as you could, and now you're just going to start, but you could just figure it out. You just figure it out on the way, like I'm figuring out this video. And with my big scroll of notes, my big paper. I love big paper. Focus on the next right step. Don't focus on the entire mountain. Just focus one step at a time. And if something gets in your way, then that's when you can figure out how to get through it, around it, over it, whatever, right? You can't control if you're going to successfully climb this mountain in a certain time frame. Maybe it takes you longer than you thought it would take to climb the mountain. Maybe your plans go out the window, and maybe you get to the top and you're very dissatisfied with what you find there. You should let go of the attachment to the outcome. Let go of the attachment to the outcome and just enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Just focus on the next thing that you're doing, and then that'll take away the anxiety of this giant mountain that you have pictured in your head, and all that anxiety can just dissolve. It doesn't need to be here right now. Like, this anxiety is doing nothing for you. You're just worrying about stuff that might never happen, and you're bringing those future worries that might not happen into the now, which makes you perform worse. You still care. You detach from the outcome, but you still care. You still put in the work, and you still go for the thing that you want, but you don't beat yourself up or punish yourself if the thing doesn't turn out the way you want. And it's okay. Like, it'll still be fine. It'll still be fine. I've realized I can care about where I'm going and the steps I'm taking without needing to prove every single thing is working. Like, I posted a lot of shorts. I improved the last video. I hope this video looks good too. I don't need to beat myself up if it doesn't perform the way I want it to perform. I can just take that as data and try to improve for next time, right? What resonates with people? Why do people watch my videos? Process over prizes. Think about the process, not the prize. Focus on the inputs, not the Focus on the inputs. Don't worry about the outcomes. Focus on the inputs. Put the work in. Get the videos out. Just get the reps in. Focus on the process, not the prize. If you focus on the process, you'll get better naturally, and the outcome will be an inevitability. You'll get better because you want to get better on the process. And even though some days might not be as good as other days, sometimes things might not turn out as good as you thought, you'll probably get there eventually. Just keep trying to improve 1% a day or 1% a week. So I'm learning how to measure myself by just showing up, putting in the reps, doing the work, even if I don't feel like it, and hoping that everything's going to work out, because I am doing what I can to improve rather than focusing on the outcome and the numbers and the subscribers and the viewers and how well a video performs, whatever. None of that. None of that. I just want to record videos. I want to be excited about recording and talking to you guys. And I'm trying to focus on just this, right? Before this video, I was focusing on the camera angles, trying to see what looks best with the lighting. I adjusted the light a little bit. I have my big paper. I love my big paper, and I have more big papers coming in later for future videos. Maybe I'll do unscripted videos. Maybe anyway, focus on the process over the prizes. Focus on the inputs over the impact. And if you control the effort, the results will take care of themselves. I had to read that off my big paper. Let me try that again. If you control the effort, the results will control them. If you control the effort, the results will take care of themselves. Just put in the reps and don't worry too much about the whole mountain. Just take the first step. And I think you'll be better off for it. If you like the video, please subscribe. Please like the video. Please watch my next one. Please watch my old ones. Tell me how bad they are. Tell me how good this one is. All right. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.